plays. 4 plays, 5 yards.
And it started off so good the first few series for the Knights, Perry, and has since kind of just dwindled off little by little, and hopefully they find some spark here before the end of the first half. And it starts throw. Comes near side. It's going to be caught. Gets a hole. Turns it upfield. Trotting towards the end zone. And that's going to be a touchdown for Lindsey Wilson to McField. And it starts throw. Comes near side. It's going to be caught. Gets a hole. Turns it upfield. Trotting towards the end zone. And that's going to be a touchdown for Lindsey Wilson to McField. And the Knights get a break, Perry.
Holding is a call on Lindsey Wilson.
And that was one the Knights needed right there. They've had a couple of penalties not quite go their way so far today. That one does, and it backs up Lindsey Wilson outside of the Pizza Hut red zone back to the 24. It's 25, they say, over to PA, so we'll call it the 25. So that brings up a 1st and 15. Cash to throw. Pressure gets to him. He dumps it off.
Did he dump that off? Was it a fall? Yeah, incomplete.
It was incomplete. It was right there in the area of the offensive line. I think he was trying to get that. Cash to throw. Pressure gets to him. He dumps it off.
Did he dump that off? Was it a fall? Yeah, incomplete.
It was incomplete. It was right there in the area of the offensive line. 2nd 15 here. And so far, defense standing strong. There's a snap. Gives to the back. He'll go left. And a stop there after a pickup of 1. That's going to be carried by Marsh. Marsh with the carry and the stop there by Merriweather. A sophomore. And a 3rd down here. This is a big stop if they can get it here, Perry.
See what they can
and it
do
looks like
here.
Lindsey Wilson is in no hurry, and now they're trotting up to the line. I thought they might use a timeout there.
Coming up 9 minutes, under 9 minutes when this snap takes place.
3rd and 14. There's the snap. Cash to throw, rolls right.
Man, wide
Got a
open.
man wide open, and he hits him in the middle of the field, and he's going to be in there for the touchdown as he finds Marsh. New team. There's the snap. Cash to throw, rolls right.
Man, wide
Got a
open.
man wide open, and he hits him in the middle of the field, and he's going to be in there for the touchdown as he finds Marsh. Tennessee went to White House High School. He makes the play there. And
Is that on Pennsylvania Avenue?
I would say it might be. It is probably on Pennsylvania Avenue. That would be awesome if it was. 8:40, 29-6 the score here. Lindsey Wilson lined up for the extra point. There's the snap, the place to kick. It's up, and it is good. The score now 30-6. Lindsey Wilson on top. Want to remind you, coming up in about 8:40.
We're going to get a penalty flag. A lot of chirping back and forth between the two teams right now.
Remind you that in about 8 minutes and 40 seconds of gameplay, we'll have our Ben Minnick Shop, Click, and Drive halftime show.
The result of the play is a good try. After the play, unsportsmanlike, number 99 on the kicking team, being forced on the kickoff.
So could get some good field position here if you're the Knights with 8:40 left. But like I was saying, we got our Ben Minnick Shop, Click, and Drive halftime show coming up at halftime at about 8:40 of gameplay. We'll give you some updates from our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Also have first half stats from here. Talk about some games coming up later tonight. Games going on right now at the D1 level, and even recap the first half here in Laurinburg.
Yeah, 485 Sports here at Laurinburg, St. Andrews. Cannot just express how beautiful the weather is today, folks, after the storms earlier this week. And, we are closer to the coast. And those that may be listening, maybe not here in North Carolina, but up and down the east, southeast that were affected by the storms, we hope you're safe. We hope that everything has turned out well for you in the aftermath of it. But for those that suffered losses and everything, we pray that you'll have a better week with this weather, but there are plenty of storms. It's just that time of year where you gotta look at them.
Yes, it is, and I can tell you that tomorrow at about 9:30, it's going to be gorgeous outside where I'm going to be because I got myself a tee time set up. I'm going to play a little golf. I can't get away from sports, Perry. I got football, and then when I get back from golf, guess what? You got an awesome game tomorrow night. LSU, Florida State tomorrow night. Prime time action. It's going to be a great weekend. I love it.
Speaking of prime time, he's up 14-7 over TCU.
Coach Prime.
We're going to start the prime time watch here on 485 Sports.
Lindsey Wilson to kick this one off from left to right. Lyons and Robbins back deep to receive. Robbins will field it at his own 15. He'll turn it upfield in the middle, and he'll get it out to the 35. So decent field position for the Knights here as they take over with the ball thrown 35. Capitalize on that penalty, and they're able to get an extra 10, Perry.
Yeah, and they've had some drives that hurt them. They've only had one that really netted any yards, and that was a drive where they got 61 yards in the touchdown. But other than that, they've had drives of 21 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards, 24, and 5. So need to get something here, sustain a drive of long.
Lions in motion, but they hand it to Daniels. And Daniels goes up the middle, and he'll pick up 3. Trying to run a little trickery there as they ran Lions across, and instead they just did a standard handoff.
Gain of 3 is going to be 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 here. Shows blitz as they saw him come off the edge here. Dodd to throw. Goes into the flat. Going to be caught by Daniels, and he'll get it up to the 30. Let's see if they mark him at 39 or 40. As they saw him come off the edge here. Dodd to throw. Goes into the flat. Going to be caught by Daniels, and he'll get it up to the 30. 65 was still laying on the ground when he got pulled up, so I'm going to say that's against Lindsey Wilson. And if it is, it's going to be a first down and move the ball across midfield for the Knights, but we'll wait and see what the call is from the referee. 7:43 here.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 40.
It is.
On the defense, 15 yards, automatic.
Yeah, so that play will count as a pass play up to the 40 for a pickup of 2, then they'll get the penalty.
And that's on Heilig.
St. Andrews Popular first down.
And it's a first down for the Knights.
Yeah. So the play ended at the 40, so they'll tack the yardage on for the penalty from the end of the play since it was dead ball.
So that'll move the ball across midfield all the way up to the 45.
Ball's going to be spotted at the Blue Raiders' 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Knights.
And now the Knights moving the ball again. Dodds gets the snap, gives it off to the back of Daniels, and he runs into a pile of Blue Raiders and goes nowhere. And that's one of the things I'm seeing so far. Dodds gets the snap, gives it off to the back of Daniels, and he runs into a pile of Blue Raiders and goes nowhere. And that's
neither line moved either way. It was just a straight boom, no push from the offensive line.
Dodd to throw, middle of the field, and Perch can't bring it in as he tried to bring in the spectacular one-handed catch. Just couldn't bring it in.
That would have been a spectacular catch, but.
And it's always dangerous when you bat a ball. We saw that last night. It was a batted ball that went through the hands of one of the wide receivers, and it happened to get picked off. And that one there, you know, it could go either way. It could either come right back to you or it could be tipped right to the defender. And that one there falls to the ground helplessly, and nobody able to bring it in. Clock stops, 7:07 here. 2nd quarter. 3rd down and 11 here for the Knights. Dodds gets it. And he's swallowed up in the backfield at midfield. And again, Lindsey Wilson able to get in there and great coverage down Knights. Dodds gets it. And he's swallowed up in the backfield at midfield. And again, Lindsey Wilson able to get in there, but you can't stop 3. It's back deep to receive is going to be number 5, Hicks. Cook to punt it. It's a good punt for the Knights, and Hicks calls for the fair catch at the 15.
35-yard punt.
6:28 first half. Score 30-6. Lindsey Wilson on top of the St. Andrews Knights. Lindsey Wilson, the number 6 team in the rankings for NAIA football. They are national champions from a few years ago. And as Perry mentioned at the top of the broadcast, have won 10 straight opening
season and dropped football for 75 years from 1935, picked it back up 2010. But they've only been playing 13 years.
And have turned into a powerhouse in NAIA football. Set to throw first down. And it's going to be caught by Frazier, and he'll make a man miss, turn it up the sideline, and he'll get stopped just short of the, they're going to give him the 30. I thought he went out at the 29. They'll give it to him at the 30. And it's going to be caught by Frazier, and he'll make a man miss, turn it up the sideline, and he'll get stopped just short of the, they're going to give him the 30. I thought he went out at the 29. Hand the ball off this time to the back of Dawson. He makes a man miss, spins, keeps fighting forward, and he gets to the 50 before being brought down.
Yeah, and that's just the speed factor.
29. Hand the ball off this time to the back of Dawson. He makes a man miss, spins, keeps fighting forward, and he gets to the 50 before being brought down.
Yeah, and that
couple of spin moves in there and just shows the athleticism that he's got as a young man.
And that's the reason they haven't run too many third down plays. They've been picking up first downs early in the series.
Springfield, Kentucky is where he played his high school ball. That's dumped off into the flat. Left side, turns it upfield. He's streaking. He's inside the 30 all the way down to the 25. That's going to go over to Jack Stauffer. That's dumped off into the flat. Left side, turns it upfield. He's streaking. He's inside the 30 all the way down to the 25. That's going to go over to Bauer for athleticism as they hand it back off to Dawson. He's just dicing through the holes.
Yeah,
up to the 15, and he just kind of cut his way through there.
Yeah, on this replay.
Go over to Bauer for athleticism as they hand it back off to Dawson. He's just dicing through the holes.
Yeah,
up to the 15, and he just kind of cut his way through. Yeah, he picked up 9 of them there. And he never really hit a burst of speed, just kind of danced around and got there. 2nd and 10 with the ball at the St. Andrews 16. Cash to throw. Pump fake, pressure. He'll pull it down and take off, and he'll be brought down at the 14, but that's enough for a Lindsey Wilson first down. Cash to throw. Pump fake, pressure. He'll pull it down and take off, and he'll be brought down at the 14, but that's enough for a Lindsey. That's from 485 sent you. And hey, while you're at it, send one up here to the press box for us. 1st and 10 here. 4 minutes left, first half. Gives to Dawson. He'll go right side, or left side. And he'll get it inside the 10. He'll get it all. 1st and 10 here. 4 minutes left, first half. Gives to Dawson. He'll go right side, or left side. And he'll get it inside the 10.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. Ball spotted at the Knights' 8-yard line.
New back checking in of David Gardner Jr. We saw him today. He's checking in. 2nd and 3 here. Snap. Give to one of the backs. That's going to be number 4 they give that to.
He bounces to the outside,
Faulkner,
but
and
taken down short of the goal line.
He'll get to the 5, so he should be right there at the flicker there. To one of the backs. That's going to be number 4 they give that to.
He bounces to the outside,
Faulkner,
but
and
taken down short of the goal.
3rd and 1, just a bit short. Cash throw, far side, and he throws that one out of bounds. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 1. Clock stop 3:03. And they trot back in another back. They brought in a big man here. Looks like maybe a tight end. going to be Richburg coming in, tight end, yeah.
Ball inside the Knights 5-yard line.
Falker's still lined in there at the back. He'll get it, and he'll come and fight forward, and it looks like he might have the first down. It looks like he's up at the 2 from where we're standing at our vantage point, so it should be enough.
He's going to get the first down.
There at the back. He'll get it, and he'll come and fight forward, and it looks like he might have the first down. It looks like he's up at the 2 from where we're standing at our vantage point, so it should Fluker is how you say that. Okay.
Coming up on
2.5.
2.5.
First and goal here. The wind picking up. Cash to throw, quick pass, and that's going to be popped out. They're going to say it's incomplete with the hit. And again, the first and goal here. The wind picking up. Cash to throw, quick pass, and that's going to be popped out. They're going to say it's incomplete with the hit. Yeah, that was Stevens. He made that big stop there earlier when he came through the middle, and he was the last guy to beat, and there he's able to pop one loose as Stevens. Second goal. Give it off to the back, and no signal yet. As of now, they're running in saying he's short. Yeah, he's short. No touchdown signal. Able to pop one loose as Stevens. Second goal. Give it off to the back, and no signal yet. As of now, they're running in saying he's short. Should be a third and goal here.
I have third and goal. The announcer said second.
Yeah. There we go. He got it now.
What a stop this would be here for, and they moved. That's going to back them up 5 yards as the offensive line moved.
And that's big for the Knights.
Start. 72 in the offense.
So they got number 72. They get Harrison, Marquez Harrison, freshman. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Man, they got James Hancock, the senior, for the jump. So that moves the ball back to the 7. Set to throw, goes far side, makes the catch, and brought down short of the goal line. I'll bring up fourth down as that was over to Jack Staffoff. Staffoff, a graduate tight end.
And he's going to be injured on that play as well, I think. He's still down on the far side. So we'll keep it right here as we have just about a minute and a half left in the first half. BenMinded.com halftime show coming up. We'll get you updated on some scores from across the area, as well as first half stats provided by the St. Andrews Sports Information Office. Mine are officially unofficial.
I think they're pretty official. It's pretty amazing if you ask me, and even Mark agrees with it. It's pretty amazing how you can do color and keep stats all at the same time. It's absolutely amazing. You got a very great way of doing it. You know how to do it very well.
Yeah, if someone were to look at this, they would like, what is he writing? But I can replay. I can read it and basically replay the whole game for you, play by play. But I'm the only one that could do that. I wouldn't be able to read John's stats or anyone else's stats, and I wouldn't not expect them to read mine.
But yeah, yours is absolutely amazing how you're able to do that, and I love it when you're here to do it for us because it makes it so much more fun. As we have a fourth down and goal here with the ball at the 3. A stop here is huge for the Knights. Trying to get them to jump. They do not jump, so great discipline up front right now for the Knights. Play clock down to 10. Cash steps back up in the gun formation. Tries to get them to jump, and they don't jump, and they're just trying to get them to jump off sides, and they're going to call the timeout here. And great discipline up front.
Yeah, and that's,
Lindsey Wilson, that is the third and final timeout.
Yeah, they're going to go for the field goal where they come back and try to kick it.
And I don't hate the call there to try to get them to jump off side from head coach Phil Kleekler over there, because you got a timeout left. Try to get them to jump. If you get it, you get the free first down. You get to go for it. You got 4 more plays. If they don't jump, you call the timeout, kick the field goal, and you can't take the timeout with you, so you might as well use it.
Yeah, I'd go for the field goal here, just to give my kicker a chance to get in the game.
Yep.
And get him comfortable kicking this season with a 30-6 lead.
Yeah, it's only going to be about a what, a 20-yarder, roughly?
The ball's at the
3,
so yeah, you add the 17 to it. It's going to be a 20-yard field goal.
Yeah, so he's only going to kick roughly about a 20-yarder. And they're trotting the offense back out there, Perry.
We'll see what they do here.
As Cash comes back out there, 4th and goal. They don't have a timeout left, so they're obviously going for it. You give it to the back. He gets the edge, and he runs in there. That's going to be a touchdown. Out there, 4th and goal. They don't have a timeout left, so they're obviously going for it. You give it to the back. He gets the edge, and he runs in there. That's going to be in there for the touchdown. Makes the score 30-6 here. 57 seconds remaining first half, and Lindsey Wilson in control early. Pending the extra point. The snap, the place, the kick, it's up, and it is good. 37-6, 57 seconds. Lindsey Wilson leads. And while we're here talking about that, and we're about to head to half, we'll remind you before we go to half that Lindsey Wilson will receive second half kickoff as the Knights received opening kickoff to start the game. So the Knights need to score quick here to not allow Lindsey Wilson a chance to 2-for-1 them.
Well, coming up at halftime, Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard on the BenMinot.com halftime show. Half stats, we'll have some scores from the NCAA. We'll talk about some Major League Baseball. But our fine folks that help make this possible here at 485 Sports, Cannon Pharmacy, Wilson Funeral Home, Carolina Renaissance Festival coming up in the Charlotte, Poplarton area, Concord later on this fall, renfestinfo.com. And obviously Pizza Hut, proud sponsor of the Red Zone, and the Independent Tribune, Cabarrus County's finest sports coverage.
How many turkey legs you have last year?
Which day?
Oh, he had a few of them. See, they got world-class chicken leg or turkey legs down there.
Yeah.
So if you're just looking for turkey legs, go to the Renaissance Festival. They have some of the best I've heard.
Chris likes the bread rolls.
As Lindsey Wilson said to kick this one off from left to right. Lyons and Robbins back to receive. Robbins right, Lyons left.
And everything got real quiet here. Everybody was kind of waiting for the kicker.
A line drive is going to bounce, and they're going to let it roll. And is it going to get? It just got there. That almost didn't make it there, Perry. They let that one bounce across the ground all the way to the goal line, and it got in. I thought that was going to die dead at the 1.
It didn't get in by much.
No, they got a break there. Imagine being pinned back at your own 1 right now.
Yeah, 57 seconds to go in the second quarter here. See, St. Andrews probably will just try to run a couple plays and get out of here. You don't want a turnover. You don't want a quick score by Lindsey Wilson to get this thing out of hand.
Yeah,
31-point lead already.
You want to keep the clock running. Lindsey Wilson out of timeout, so they can't stop it. So you definitely, I mean, you might want to take a shot here on first down, maybe throw one, stop the clock, but then second and third, you definitely want to run it to run this clock out. So let's see if they decide to do that or if they just take a knee here to start it or run it from the start. Lions give to the back of Carpenter, and Carpenter will, looks like he'll lose a yard or two. He'll lose a yard. He'll get the ball to the 24. Cameron Lankin with the stop. Clock down to 35 seconds here. And could be the final play.
Yeah, they'll have to run one more.
Well, this one here, after they run this one, this could be the final play.
Yeah, this will be the final play here.
This could be the final play of the first half. Dodds gives it to Carpenter. Carpenter tackled in the backfield again. 44 back there. Is it going to be Cameron Rankin? And the clock down to 5, and that should be the final play of the first half. And we'll go to halftime here in Laurinburg with the score 37-6. The Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders on top of the St. Andrews Knights. And I look over here at Coach Curtin, and Coach Curtin's not taking the guys back to the building. He's taking them out over here to the left behind the field goal post. He's got benches set up over there, and he's going to keep them out here in the weather today, which I don't blame him. It's a great day to keep him outside. Not going to make the trip all the way back to the building, which is a good little hike from the field to the school.
Yeah, so again, we got a 20-minute halftime. We'll come back with some stats here and look at some college football in and around the area nationally today. But you're listening to 485 Sports. Mark Clemens, John Von Cannon, Perry Gabriel, and James Mellick here with you. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. All right, back here at Laurinburg, North Carolina, St. Andrews. Lindsey Wilson leads the St. Andrews Knights 37-6 here at halftime on the BenMinot.com halftime show. Get you updated on some scores from across college football first. Michigan 20, East Carolina 0. Tennessee's up 14-3 on the University of Virginia.
Hold on. You got to take the university off
Yeah,
there.
you got to take the university off. They're rebranding. It's going to be known as Virginia now instead of UVA. Colorado, TCU tied up. That game is nearing the half, 14-14. Oklahoma 42, Arkansas State 0.
Wow.
And Iowa, University of Southern Utah 14-3. Those are the only games taking place. But a couple games, one tonight, South Carolina, North Carolina over in Charlotte. The Heels and the Gamecocks going at it. And then Florida State, LSU, the big one tomorrow night. But the game we mentioned earlier, Clemson and Duke Monday night. A lot of people are putting some emphasis on Duke. They've got what most people say may be the best, second best quarterback in the ACC behind Drake May. And Duke won 9 games last year, and Clemson struggled some.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see how that Clemson-Duke game comes out Monday night.
I agree with you.
And, you know, who knows, that may not be a conference game in 3 years with all the additions of, you know, the way the conferences are going now. But that's pretty crazy. Baseball, the Braves are hanging in there, running away with the National League East.
Yep.
And, you know, my Braves I just don't think they're going to win the World Series. You know.
I'd love to see them do it again. I mean, it'd be nice for them to win it. They definitely got the talent to be able to win the World Series. They just, you know, I think it's going to be fun to watch. I think October is going to be a lot of fun this year.
Yeah, the NFL season starts in a little over a week. And
actually starts in 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days, Thursday night. Yeah, so a lot going on in the world of sports. We talked about fantasy drafts last night. I was unable to make my fantasy league draft, so I had to set preset. For some reason, it picked quarterbacks for a while until there were no quarterbacks left. So I'm not sure what I picked, but I'll make some trades because some of the other teams didn't get good running backs. And I thought, if you need a quarterback, I need a running back. So
yeah, that's definitely
we can switch that off. So we're still a few minutes away here from the start of this third quarter and second half here. James Mellett, Perry Gabriel, John Von Cannon, and Martin Clemens here. First half stats. Lindsey here from the start of this third quarter and second half here. James Mellett, Perry Gabriel, John Von Cannon, and Martin Clemens here. First half stats. But the part of that, they had one touchdown on a 90-yard touchdown run, and then they had 3 plays for 24 yards, which resulted in a touchdown. They got some excellent field position. So they didn't have a lot of yardage to make because of that. But they hold the 37-6 lead here now as they went up 16-0 before St. Andrews was able to score. St. Andrews, on the other hand, 32 plays, 126 yards. So the number of plays about even, but about 2-1 being outgained here by Lindsey Wilson. So St. Andrews, 32 plays, 126 yards. But they did score. Lindsey Wilson started off first quarter, 8:59 to go, made it 8-0. Scored about 4 minutes later, pushed the lead to 16-0. St. Andrews finally hit pay dirt at 1:51 of the first quarter to make it 16-6. But the 2 plays that stand out in the first quarter is the touchdown play that was called back, James, and the inadvertent whistle.
Yeah, that was the one that hurt the most right there. That was 6 points on the board for the Knights. They had that inadvertent whistle. You had Jawan Lyons streak it down there, got the touchdown, comes back, forces the Knights to punt the ball back, and then Lindsey Wilson goes and scores. I mean, it was a huge swing, and they went and put 8 up when the Knights would have put 7. So, I mean, look at the swing difference there and scores. Could have made this game a little bit tighter, maybe kept momentum for the Knights. About 20 seconds away from kickoff as you see the Knights on their side of the field doing a couple of stretches still, and Lindsey Wilson heading back to their sideline. As you guys have been with us throughout the entire first half and just enjoyed the Ben Minot Shop, Click, and Drive halftime show. Remember, go to BenMinot.com. If you're looking for a vehicle, you can arrange financing and even having the car delivered to your front door. BenMinot.com. proud sponsor here at 485 Sports. Also, Wilkinson Funeral Home. That's a proud sponsor of 485 Sports. As St. Andrews received the first half kickoff, they will be kicking off here to Lindsey Wilson to start the second half. So Lindsey Wilson able to try to go for a 2-for-1 as they were able to cash in late with under a minute left in the first half. As they send number 9 and 7 back deep to receive. That's going to be Collier and Newfield. As the wind still blowing across the field, blowing in our face. Flag not really moving, but a nice little breeze here in Laurinburg. Score 37-6. Lindsey Wilson on top. Great crowd on hands. 485 crew. Mark Clemens, John Von Cannon, James Mellick, and Perry Gabriel. I'm going to get it right, John. As that one's going to be a line drive that'll be fielded at the 30. They'll go middle, and they'll get it out to the 40. On the return there was David Gardner Jr. Ball spotted at the 40. So a great field starting position here for Lindsey Wilson to start the second half. As this is the first game for the Blue Raiders this season. And it looks like they're going to trot out a new quarterback here to start the second half. Might be a, can't tell if that's a, what number it is. That's 18 out there now as they carry that one up the middle. And the new quarterback is in there for them. That's Will McDonald, the junior. Give to Gardner. Gardner picks up 3 there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 as McDonald gets the snap. He throws, looks deep, got a man. He'll make the catch, and he's out of bounds, incomplete. He makes the catch, but unable to get the toe in. A spectacular catch there by Keating. Just went up high for it and unable to get 1 foot in. College football, you only need 1. We saw a spectacular catch last week in the Minnesota-Nebraska game with the player timing it just perfectly, dragging that back toe and not letting the front foot touch. I mean, that's a candidate for catch of the year on week 0 of college football last week. Almost a spectacular catch right there. 3rd and 7 here, ball spotted at the Lindsey Wilson 43. McDonald gets the snap, set to throw. Got a man in the flat. He keeps both feet in and makes the catch. That's going to be Richburg, 43. McDonald gets the snap, set to throw. Got a man in the flat. He keeps both feet in and makes the catch at Clarksville, Tennessee. So a 1st and 10 here after the completion, moves the ball up to the Knights 45. McDonald sees something, moves the man in the slot up tight of Richburg. McDonald gets a snap and gives it to Gardner. Gardner stumbling and stays on his feet and falls forward up to the 38. McDonald gets a snap and gives it to Gardner. Gardner stumbling and stays on his feet and falls forward. Of athleticism there. So a 2nd and 3 here. McDonald gives it to Gardner. Gardner up the middle, got a hole this time. He's still on his feet fighting forward to the 30. And that'll move the chains. And if you look at this replay here, folks, McDonald gives it to Gardner. Gardner up the middle, got a hole this time. He's still on his feet fighting forward to the 30. The ball up to the 30 and another 1st down for the Blue Raiders. McDonald gets the snap and gives it to Marsh. Marsh spins, and he'll pick up 1 as he ran into a pile. That ball's out. They're going to whistle it dead as they're going to say forward progress was stopped at the 20. Snap and gives it to Marsh. Marsh spins, and he'll pick up 1 as he ran into a pile. That ball, Merriweather. Now move the ball up with forward progress up to the 29. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 here. There's a snap to McDonald. He's set to throw. Goes off into the flat. Got a man who makes the catch. He'll fight forward to the 25. It's going to be Caleb Marsh. Set to throw. Goes off into the flat. Got a man who makes the catch. He'll fight forward to the 25. It's going to be went right up the middle, and he was able to about break away and go to the house, and another one to make the stop over there when they threw the ball into the end zone and popped the ball loose. So a solid game on defense for the young freshman of Jaden Stevens. 3rd down and 5 here for Lindsey Wilson. The Knights trying to stop him. Opening drive of the second half. McDonald to throw, cross the middle, got his man, makes the catch. He's inside the 10 and fighting forward all the way up to the 7. He's got that Logan Newfield. Stop him. Opening drive of the second half. McDonald to throw, cross the middle, got his man, makes the catch. He's inside the 10 and fighting forward. Down.
Yeah, the receiver that time found his way right in the middle of the field, and 4 defenders kind of boxed him in, but he found just enough of the opening there behind the linebackers for that pass to get into him.
Yeah, he found a way to get it right there. The player able to get up and walk off under his own power. Jogging off there. As the defense heads back out there. And got a 1st down and goal here for the Blue Raiders. Clock starts again. 11 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. McDonald is the new quarterback for Lindsey Wilson. Give to Gardner. Gardner finds a hole, turns it upfield, extends the arm, and he's going to be a yard short. They're going to mark him 2 yards short. They'll put him at the 2. Give to Gardner. Gardner finds a hole, turns it upfield, extends the arm, and he's going to be a yard.
Sometimes that doesn't always turn out real well for the players. They'll think they're in the end zone, stick the ball out, and they'll lose control of it. It's a fumbles it out of the end zone, it turns it over to the other team.
2nd and goal here. Give back to Gardner, and he goes in there untouched. And an opening drive touchdown for the Blue Raiders makes it 43-6.
It's a fumbles it out of the end zone, it turns it over to the other team.
2nd and goal here. Give back to Gardner, and he goes in there untouched. And an opening drive touchdown for the Blue Raiders.
Touchdown, 43-6.
Got completely untouched.
Lindsey Wilson.
Pending the extra point here. There's a snap, the place, the kick gets up, and it is good as the score is now 44-6, 10:23 here in Laurinburg. And an opening drive, touchdown for Lindsey Wilson. They're able to 2 for 1 here on St. Andrews. So the first drive for the Knights about to take place, and they need to answer back here because if they want to stay in this ball game, you got to start on this drive.
Yeah, and that's right now you're just going to look for something positive out of this team. Scoring drive. You can see the sideline here. Not a lot of enthusiasm on it.
No, they came out with a lot of enthusiasm to start the game. It's kind of died off throughout, as you mentioned there, Perry. And you've kind of seen it out on the field as well. You saw them really come out of the gates really strong, put together two really good drives.
And I hate to harp. Excuse me, John. I hate to harp on that those 2 plays, but that inverted whistle and that touchdown
killed them.
And then the fumble recovery. Those just don't know how much that plays a big part of the game and what has got us to this point right now.
And just as much as that is a physical play out there on the field, it's mental for these players as well. If it goes your way, it changes your mindset. And a couple of plays have just not went the way for the Knights, and the ball's just not taking the bounce that they've been looking for this evening. And everything's been working for Lindsey Wilson. As Robinson and Lyons are back deep, and Robinson's going to let that one go into the end zone for a touchback, and they'll take over at their own 25.
So, 44-6, Lindsey Wilson over St. Andrews. St. Andrews will look to get something started on their first possession here of the second half.
An opening drive touchdown here would be huge to get the sideline sparked back up for the Knights. Dodd trots out there. There's the snap. He goes into the flat, finds his man. He turns upfield. He takes a shot and falls forward to the 30. And it's going to be Seagraves with the catch. He's a freshman from Pinehurst, played at Pinecrest.
Big football school not far from here.
Not far at all. This is a rich community for football out in this area, Perry.
Yes, it is.
Dodd with the snap. Finds his man a Cook.
Gets away from one tackler.
Look at the block there Cook got, and Cook runs it up over the 40 and up to the 43.
Yes, it is.
Dodd with the snap. Finds his man a Cook.
Gets away from one tackler.
Look at the block there Cook got, and Cook runs it up
5 yards after the catch.
Guess who made that block? Stevens. He's been everywhere out there. He's made critical plays all day. That's his at least fourth one today. It won't show up in the stat line, but it's been big. Dodd. Lyons. Near side. Sideline. He'll run forward before running out of bounds. And a flag flies in, and they're going to get one of the Knights for a late push there. Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, I think had it been not in the back, it'd have been fine.
Should be hitting McZeek there, the sophomore, with that one. It's a referee. Personal foul. As his mic is not cooperating. There we go.
Second down.
Mike wasn't quite cooperating there, but it was against 55 of St. Andrews. It's going to back the ball up for the Knights all the way back to their own 33.
Back to the Knights' 33-yard line.
Makes it a 2nd and 20 here. Actually, a 2nd 21 probably. Dodd into the flat, and that's going to be a spectacular catch as he's able to go up there and get it. And that one there was to Seagraves again. Dodd into the flat, and that's going to be a spectacular catch as he's able to go up there and
Did a great job of coming down with it.
yeah, that could have easily been an incomplete pass, but instead he's able to bring that one in there and make it a 2nd and 11 for the Knights and make this or a 3rd and 11 for the Knights and make this manageable now. Dodds set to throw. Got Cook. He keeps both feet in, and that's a first down for the Knights across midfield up at the 44.
Yeah, great job there.
Dodds set to throw. Got Cook. He keeps both feet in, and that's a first down for the Knights. Gorgeous. And that was just a routine out route right there. He just went up, turned out. The defender wasn't ready for the out route. Dodd just threw it and waited for him, and it was perfectly placed for Cook. First down for the Knights after that. They give it off to the back, and he runs up the middle right there. It's going to be Seagraves.
A pickup of about 4. They'll spot it at the 41.
So a pickup of 4 there makes it a 2nd 6 here for the Knights with the ball at the 41.
7:40 to go and counting.
Dodd waits for the snap. There it is. Throws into the flat. Now went almost intercepted as he tried to go back to Seagraves with it, and the defender was right. Waits for the snap. There it is. Throws into the flat. Now went almost intercepted as he tried to go back to
contact a little too early.
Clock stop with 7:25 here, third quarter. The Knights put together a good drive here so far, facing a 3rd down and 6 here. Trying to keep it alive. High snap to Dodd. It's on the ground. He jumps on it. He'll be down back at the 49. They're going to mark him right at midfield. And 3rd down and 6 here. Trying to keep it alive. High snap to Dodd. It's on the ground. He jumps on it. He'll be down back at the 49. 3rd and 6 or 3rd and something short, but facing a 4th and 15 here. You're going to punt this one away back to Lindsey Wilson and stall out a great drive. Ronaldson Cook to kick this one away, and Hicks back to receive. He calls for the fair catch. It'll bounce and roll dead at the 16-yard line.
So we have a 34-yard punt.
That is where the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders will take over with 6:40 left, third quarter, as they lead 44-6. Lindsey Wilson trying to win 11 in a row on not home openers, on season openers.
Yeah, making the trek down from Columbia, Kentucky to Laurinburg. Don't know what the weather's like in Kentucky, but if it's much better than this, they should have stayed home.
For sure, as they hand that ball off, McDonald does. And they'll get the ball across the 20 to the 21 as they hand that off.
The weather's like in Kentucky, but if it's much better than this, they should have stayed home.
For sure, as they hand that ball off, McDonald does. And they'll get the ball across the.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. Off spotted at the Blue Raider 21-yard line.
Does that mean there's a New Hickory, Tennessee?
There could
as
be.
Well, yeah.
It could be an old one, just like a New Mexico and an Old Mexico, you know? McDonald, there's the snap. Gives back to Sweeney. And he runs right into a defender after he picks up one in a big stop. McDonald, there's the snap. Gives back to Sweeney. And he runs right into a defender after he picks up one in a big. From New York, Long Island with the stop.
All spotted at the Blue Raider 23.
3rd and 2 here with the ball at the Lindsey Wilson 23. There's a snap. McDonald set to throw. Throws it out into the flat. That's going to be caught over there on the far side by Frazier. He makes a man miss. He fights forward, and he gets it all the way up to the 45. So a big pickup. Set to throw. Throws it out into the flat. That's going to be caught over there on the far side by Frazier. He makes a man miss. He fights forward, and he gets it all the way up.
Yards after the catch been big for Lindsey Wilson
Gotta
here
love
today.
Yak yards are huge. And right there, you saw them for Lindsey Wilson. 1st and 10 with the ball thrown, 45 now after the 3rd down conversion. McDonald set for the snap. Gives it off to the back of Sweeney. And he'll pick up one as he ran into a wall of Knights.
On the stop for St. Andrews, number 35, Gain of 1. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
El Hussein
at the Blue Raider 46.
with the stop.
Yeah, 2nd and 9.
Ball moved up to the 46. 4:10 left here, third quarter. A fast-moving third quarter here, Perry.
Yes, it is. Keeping it on the ground, that always helps.
McDonald gives it off to Sweeney again. Come near side, and he'll get across the 50, turn it upfield, and run out of bounds at the 45. And McDonald gives it off to Sweeney again. Come near side, and he'll get across the 50, turn it upfield, and run out of bounds
This Daryl Johnston fullback look there.
There's a big young man out there.
Lindsey Wilson.
Reminds me of one they had here a couple of years ago, McFadden. They had him running the rock our first year here. Reminds me of him, like a Mike Tolbert kind of build. First down and 10. Donald gives the ball off to the back. And he fights up the middle. Is Flukner.
On the stop for St. Andrews, number 98, Logan Sage. Gain of 2.
Pick up of 2.
Spotted at the Knights' 43-yard line.
And you see the ref there, Perry. He did the old-fashioned letting you know there's only 11 out there.
Yeah, they show the fist. They're indicating 11. So they're good. If they take their hand and cross on their chest, that's 12. But coaches learn those signals. And
I'll call a timeout quick. Is McDonald still trying to figure out what's going on here? Play clock down to 5. Now steps up and realizes it. Trying to get this one off down to 2, and he's able to. Gives it to Sweeney. He'll take it left. And he's fighting forward, and he'll pick up 3.
On the carry for
To 2, and he's able to. Gives it to Sweeney. He'll take it left. And he's fighting forward, and he'll pick up 3. PA saying 7. We're saying 6 up here. Under 2 here, third quarter. McDonald has trips right.
one of those long 6, short 7 situations.
McDonald set to throw. Middle of the field, got a man, and he got away with one there. It is incomplete, but I saw a handful of jersey grab. What about you, Perry?
Yeah, but nothing as serious to you can allow a little bit of contact. What you don't want is contact that takes the play away from the defender or the receiver making a play.
But, hey, all in all, that one went for the Knights, and I'll take it all day as the Knights have forced a 4th down here. A critical stop for the Knights as they face a 4th and 6, the Blue Raiders. 1:40 the clock stop. McDonald set to throw. Looks left, and he'll throw it away.
Yeah, it looked like they had a screen set up, but it never materialized.
Nope, it was sniffed out by the line. As you saw 97 there, kind of Edward Gardner III, he kind of ran forward and was looking like he was going to go after the quarterback on a blitz, and then realized what was going on, and he turned around and kind of stopped at the line and had nobody to block. Kind of realizing that there was a screen set up, he saw, and made the forced throwaway there.
So that drive will end after 10 plays, 45 yards. They'll turn it over on downs to the Knights of St. Andrews.
And that's a big stop for the Knights right there, and that's one of them little gems that you can find right there and take with you into next week. As whistles on the field, and I think they had the wrong football out. Yeah, they had the wrong football out.
Yeah, each team gets to use their football, and they should have a ball boy running in and off the field.
And by the way, that was a great catch by the lines judge there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He snagged that thing one-handed right out of the air. Great catch. 1st and 10 with the new ball now. Give to Carpenter. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And a new quarterback in there for St. Andrews right now, Dylan O'Banks, the redshirt freshman from Maybrook, New York in there. 5'9", 170. Current quarterback for the Knights.
2nd and 10.
O'Banks gets the snap. Set to throw. Pressure, he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide forward and pick up 2. O'Banks gets the snap. Set to throw. Pressure, he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide forward and pick up 2. As you see the Knights here trying to get a spark. They put a new quarterback in there. Play clock still with 20, so plenty of time for the Knights. Game clock at 30. Should be the potential, if it's a completed pass, final play of the game, of the half. Dumped into the flat to Carpenter. Carpenter spins, and he's swallowed up, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
On the stop for Lindsey Wilson, number 23.
That's going to be Jordan McCall with the stop.
Update on the college football scoreboard on the Cannon Pharmacy Scoreboard Show. Prime time, 24, TCU 14.
Oh, boy. Could you imagine? We're going to third quarter. I'll finish that after we finish this. We're heading to the third quarter with the score of 44-6 here in Laurinburg. Could you imagine if opening week he goes and takes down Sonny Dykes and TCU and already evens up what they had last year, what the excitement level is going to be for just Colorado the rest of the year?
Yeah, and call me whatever you want to call me here, but all that does is create more pressure on him next week.
A ton of pressure on him next week.
And I don't know who he has next week.
But it just adds it. I mean, yeah, he's got some great players there. He's got an awesome quarterback. He brought the 5-star over at Travis Hunter, but Hunter can only guard one guy. And that's why I thought TCU, who can put points up by, the truckloads, would be able to score. But I guess that SEC defense, a little bit too much right now for TCU.
Yeah, elsewhere it's Michigan 30, East Carolina 0. Rocky Top 21, Cavaliers 3. And Arkansas State trails Oklahoma 45-0.
Hicks back deep to receive here. He'll grab it, and he gets pounded, and the ball pops out. It's picked up by the Knights. And flags fly in, and my man got absolutely leveled there,
yeah,
Perry.
And he's still on the ground.
He'll grab it, and he gets pounded, and the ball pops out. It's picked up by the Knights. And flags fly in, and my man got absolutely leveled. And that one there, I don't know. I didn't see the fair catch signal, but whew, that was a big hit.
Yeah, they are discussing it.
There's a flag right in the vicinity where the hit took place.
Still discussing it, and one official's got it made. He's just holding the spot of the ball. So here's the call.
They're going to say catch interference.
The kicking team, 15 yards to the spot of the.
So they're going to give him catch interference there, and they're going to give him 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
Yeah.
Foul occurred at the 26.
Will be on St. Andrews.
I don't know who put the hit on him, but wow. Should move the ball up to about the 42. See where he puts it at. Yep, that's where he's going to put it. 42, 43. And there's already another flag on the play on the far side. That might be a sideline warning. But, yeah, already a flag toss when he didn't run a play yet on the far side back at the 38.
Yeah, and Coach Carton has his red flag out. He's standing over here with the white hat, so I think he's going to wait for this penalty to be assessed or to be talked about, and then he's going to throw the red flag.
Yeah, I think he's going to look at it and see. Thinking he had the ball. Nope, he's going to put it back in his pocket.
Yep, he got the explanation he wanted, and he's satisfied with it.
Yeah, I think he was saying that he didn't have the ball in his hands for the hit was made, and Coach Curtin, I guess, was thinking that the ball was planted in the hands, would be my guess.
On the team bid, Wilson, 15.
So now the penalty goes back to Lindsey Wilson, 15 yards. So they'll be back at the original line where it all started. Unsportsmanlike for some reason.
Yeah, something said on the far side. Usually it's a sideline warning. They'll issue a sideline warning. But unsportsmanlike must have been something said or done on that sideline. Coach Fleckler would not want up 44-6. You don't want anything. You get two unsportsmanlike. It's almost a player. You get two in a game. You're just sitting out next week.
Yeah, and after all that, Perry, the big hit, the penalty, the other penalty, we're right back where we started. It's 26.
Speaking of sitting out because of ejections, spotting the ball. Yeah, so we'll come back to that.
26 is where they spotted out after all of that. 14:50 left in the ball game. Hand the ball off to the back. He'll go right. He'll turn the corner and run over a guy and be brought down. Is going to be Marsh. And 2 flags on that play there. One on the far side, one right in the area.
The holding, I think, is going to be in here. And then the far side is going to be, I don't see it. I do see
Holding,
it.
number 74 in the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Ball backwards. So far, the Knights able to get Lindsey Wilson behind the chains here on this series early, making it 1st and 20. And another stop here for the defense would be huge. It'd be something they could start building on for the next 4 weeks.
Ball will be spotted at the Blue Raiders 17. Or it'll be 1st and 20.
Will McDonald still out there in the quarterback position. McDonald gives it off to the back there of Marsh. And Marsh fights forward up to the 17, 18.
Number 52, Nick Henderson.
So speaking of the ejection, Southern Cal beat someone Thursday night on the West
There's a
Coast.
yard.
They used a player who was ejected in the last game of the season last year and did not sit out in the first half, so Southern Cal will be forfeiting that game.
Oh, my.
FYI.
That's big. That was just like, was it the Florida game when Florida had 2 players wearing number 3 out there?
Which is legal.
No, they were on special teams. They both had 3.
As long as they're not on the same team.
Yes.
So, same
side, on the field at the same time.
Right.
Yep.
So that's complete to the.
Frazier Jr. there. Gonna bring up a
Oh,
3rd
they're
down.
going to call it incomplete.
Oh, incomplete. We'll take it. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 19 here. Nice. Lindsey Wilson hit back deep. Obvious passing situation here, but they can run it. Marsh is going, or McDonald is going to throw. Middle of the field, got a man in, great defense, and is picked off. Is the Knights come away with it, and an interception on the deflection for the Knights as that falls right into the arms of Marsh is going, or McDonald is going to throw. Middle of the field, got a man in, great defense, and is picked off. Is the Knights come away with it, and an interception on the deflection for the Heath Lewis with the breakup, and it falls right into the arms of Brady Johnson, Jr. from Georgia.
First and 10, St. Andrews. Ball is on the 28-yard line.
O'Brien comes out there, or Banks comes out there with the offense. Let's try some trickery. Now it's on the ground for them. They pick it up.
He got a good hop.
And all the way able to get back to the 40 as he got lucky there, as that was Jay out there with the offense. Let's try some trickery. Now it's on the ground for them. They pick it up.
He got a good hop.
And all the way able to get back to the 40 as there. They lost a ton of yards, but he got a very good hop.
Lindsey Wilson, 40-yard line.
And he was able to get some yards back after getting it. He was all the way back at midfield. He was able to still go get 10 yards after that ball popped back into his hands. But that's going to make it a 2nd and 21 here. O'Banks to throw, looks deep, got a man, throws it, and unable to go up there and get it on the 50-50 ball is going to be Latrell Snow.
Number 84, Latrell Snow.
First time we called his name today, Latrell Snow, the junior from Canton, Ohio.
In coverage for Lindsey Wilson, number 30.
Yeah, some bridge, isn't it?
Robert.
Bridge or maybe like
Hall of Fame, 3rd down.
So 3rd and 21, St. Andrews.
3rd and 21 for the Knights. O'Banks set to throw. Steps up. He does throw, and he's going to throw it away. He was going towards the sideline there, trying to get that over to Perch.
In coverage for Lindsey Wilson, number 30, Donovan Marshall.
Punting team for the Knights. with 4:46 after they were able to force the turnover. Now the punt is going to be Diego Arjona, the freshman from Charlotte, playing at Independence. Played a couple games for Independence in the years.
Yeah, the Independence upset last night by West Charlotte. We mentioned that earlier. West Charlotte 3-0 in the season.
Darius Willis back deep to receive ball for the fair catch. And he'll reel it in at the 10. And that's where the Blue Raiders will take over with 12:39 left.
30-yard punt.
Yeah, there were a couple of games last night that were some surprises. Like you said, that one there, and the other one that was a surprise to me was that West Cabarrus Olympic game. West Cabarrus stayed in it all the way through and lost that game by 1.
21-20, we were wondering, kind of seems to scoring something on, wondering if they may have gone for 2 and didn't get it, or if they missed the extra point or what. But yeah, 21-20 Olympic over West Cabarrus.
That sounds like that was a great game down there in Charlotte last night.
Ball on the 10-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Blue Raiders.
New quarterback in there again for the Blue Raiders. This time they're going to bring in number 3 as they hand that one off and go up the middle. That's going to be Espinoza is the new quarterback. Blaine Espinoza, graduate quarterback.
Pick up that 2, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 here. This time
On
we'll
spot
see
at
Espinoza.
12 line.
12 minutes left here in the ball game. Espinoza set to throw. Goes far side. It's going to be caught incomplete.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he got a foot down. It was close. I can't see the number on that jersey from way over there. 82.
82, 84.
What's that 3rd down and 8?
So 3rd down and 8 here. Nice defense standing up strong for the 2nd series in a row. Score 44-6. 11:55 left. 4th quarter. Espinoza in a passing situation. Set to throw. Looks at the near side. Got a guy. And out of his reach as he can't get him as he went back to the same target there. Burdick. Set to throw. Looks at the near side. Got a guy. And out of his reach as he can't get him as he to get the turnover last time. But another opportunity to get the ball back and stop these Blue Raiders. And the Lions is going to stand at about midfield and wait on this punt.
I'll give you an interesting stat here after this punt.
The Lions is hollering over the sideline saying, we need one, we need one. He's only counting 10. Now he's got 11 out there. They bring the pressure. They block it! Enough for the touchdown. They bring the pressure. They block it! Enough for the touchdown.
And
Ladarius
touchdown.
Heath Lewis, the junior defensive back from Charlotte, North Carolina, played his high school ball at South Meck. The one that jumps on top of that ball and gets the touchdown for the Knights. And it looks like something happened over there at halftime with Coach Curtin here, Perry, because this looks like a different second half team.
yeah, they're going to go for 2 here.
Banks out there. Still plenty of time on a play clock, 20. Now they're running one on late.
Yeah, they don't have enough players on the field.
2 late. 1 late. They started running 2, then made it 1. Still got 8 on the play clock, so got time. Oh, Banks gets it. Throws it, far side, got Cook, touchdown. Cook's in there for the 2-point conversion as the Knights punch it in there. 1. Still got 8 on the play clock, so got time. Oh, Banks gets it. throws it, far side, got Cook, touchdown. Cook's in there with 11:47 left.
Yeah, so here's the stats for this half. Just Lindsey Wilson has run 17 plays for 38 yards. So about 2 yards per play.
Wow.
Then you minus that block kick there. Now St. Andrews hasn't done much better. They've run 14 plays, 15 yards.
But they got where it hurt the most. Points on the scoreboard.
Right.
As the score is 14-44. And they only got one man back deep to receive here. Thinking onside kick. The only man back deep to receive here is after it. He'll pick it up at the 18. Good coverage downfield. They're all there on him immediately, and he'll get the ball up to the 22. So a return of 4.
Well, Lindsey Wilson set to take over.
Ball will be spotted at the Raiders.
Offside on team number 22. Yards will be tacked on to the end of the run.
Offside on the kicking team. St. Andrews, that'll give us another 5. So that'll be ball 22 to 27. That's the second time that the Knights have been offside on the kickoff there. First time the penalty didn't hurt them. They took it to the house. They took the 7-yard line.
First and 10, Blue
This
Raiders.
time it was ball 22 to 27. That's where Lindsey Wilson will take
Section
over.
28-yard line.
28. They're starting the huddle now, breaking the huddle. He wants to play clock on. He's trying to get it going. And now timeout. Their first of the second half.
We'll go to the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Prime time 24, TCU 21.
Uh-oh, Sonny Dykes battling back in.
Shadir Sanders 12 of 19, 155 yards.
Solid day for Sanders.
Tennessee all over Virginia 35-3. Oklahoma 59, nothing over Arkansas State. Iowa 17-6 over Southern Utah. Mississippi 21-7 over Mercer. Other games getting ready to start on the afternoon. The second round of 3:30 games will be starting here in the next hour or so.
I saw Davison was in action tonight. Davison, or today, shall I say. Davison's playing VMI, Virginia Military Institute. They're at the end of one, and that one tied at nothing. So action going on there as well. We're set here for a 1st and 10. With the ball out of the 28. Espinona to throw it, and that one's going to be caught. At the 35.
Espinosa pass complete
Espinosa that in there.
to number 7, Logan Collier. Ball will be spotted at the Blue Raiders 35.
Laser from Espinosa.
Michigan 30, East Carolina 0 on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. And there's a fumble ball on the ground.
Yep.
Back at the Lindsey Wilson 32.
That ball at the 32. So they'll get it back.
Coming up, the fumble number 35.
Brings up a 3rd and 8 here. Clock down to 11 minutes left in the ball game.
Third down, 7.
2 left, 1 right. Espinosa waiting for the snap, and there it is. Looks right. He's going to throw it right. Only got one man, and he can't hold on to it on the far side of the field. It's going to be Keating.
In coverage, 14 Andrews, number 8. Area P. Lewis.
Take the stop here.
Into 4th down.
Yeah, 3 plays, 4 yards, 3 in and out. Argue with that with the defense in the second half.
Oh, and that's great. There's something to build on there. That's exactly what Coach Curtin is looking for. Pretty much when you say got a game down by 30 points with 2.5 left. You want to find something to work on in practice and something to build on for next week. He's finding a lot of it right now.
Let's see if they get more pressure on this front here.
at the 38 and bounce out of bounds at the 38. And that is where the Knights will take over with the ball at their own 38 with 10:32 left, 44-14.
Only a 24-yard punt.
Short punt.
So 485 Sports here. Mark Clemens, John Von Cannon running our controls and cameras. James Mellick, Perry Gabriel here with you. The voices of 485.
Yes, we are. Just a short trip from Cabarrus up here to Laurinburg. Not a bad little ride. O'Brien able to handle that one and get rid of it. And he gets that one to his back, and a nice piece of run in there by Seagraves. Cabarrus up here to Laurinburg. Not a bad little ride. O'Brien able to handle that one and get rid of it. And he gets that one to his back, and a nice piece of run in there. I'm pretty much staring right down the line, and it looks like he's inches short. That could have been a first down. I mean, it's inches short. Get back to Seagraves, and he runs into the pile. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. He might have got the first down there. No, they're going to say third down. I mean,
yeah, he's got to get to the 48. The ball is spotted between.
And they're calling whistles, and they might measure this because the referee's standing over the ball. They want the first down. Coach Curtin's calling for it here on the near side, and he might have him throw the.
Yeah, they're bringing the back judge up. The back judge's job is to hold the ball and make sure it doesn't move, make sure a player doesn't kick it. He'll kneel down and put his hand on it and hold it.
And there come the chains.
As they bring the chains out.
I think that's the right call. At least make sure you got it right here.
Well, the other thing it does, not so much that he wants the first down, but he kind of just wants to make sure that, is that a yard, is that a half a yard? What do I need to get? Because it will come into play for the play call.
And also at the same time, gives your
he's short.
Just a bit short, too. I mean, barely short.
Well, and the other thing is the orange piece of that material was slanted. It wasn't straight up and down, so it was kind of misconceiving how you looked at that and determined which one was it the orange pad you were looking at? Was it the stick you were looking at?
It was just 6-8 inches there. It also gave your team a chance to get a breather here before this play because you're going to run it. You already know that.
Yeah, about half the distance or half the length of the football.
O'Bank's going to come up under center. Quarterback keeper, he gets the shove in the back, and he's going to get the first down.
If he needed 6 inches, he got 8.
Yeah, he didn't get it by much. And he got the shove in the back there that helped. And that's a Knights first down.
If he needed 6 inches, he got 8.
And we were talking about how this is.
Yes. Yeah, North Carolina's got those pockets. You've got the Raleigh-Durham area. You've got these schools out near Rocky Mount. Greenville, you've got Charlotte, obviously populated. Up near Asheville, pockets of really success.
Incomplete and pick the receiver, number 31.
Like you said, there's pockets of it where it's really, really high. Scotland County, or Richmond, right here, right downtown. This area is a popular area for high school football. Clock stopped 8:44. 16 minutes of the night.
Second and 10.
Move that ball on that field.
Gives
Move that ball on that field.
Bounce outside.
Move that ball on that field.
Gives
Move that ball on that field.
Sidney Mills on the stop.
After the personal foul, the down.
Personal foul on team. penalty to play the count. Third down. Ball will be spotted back to the 9th 34-yard line.
Lindsey Wilson, 42 for first.
So the third down and 26. Tackle by number 2, DeAndre Bowling Jr. Fourth down. Fourth down ball spotted at 37.
I want to remind you that we'll be on hiatus for a while. Coming up here,
Miss Bishop said y'all playing this game tonight.
informed of radio broadcast. Down 3. Moving it away. Just fair catch called for and
Ball on the spot for a call. Lindsey Wilson Jr. Ball could have been spotted at the Blue Raiders 31.
John Montana will be at the Mount Pleasant Tigers and Northwest Bears Closers in Annapolis area next Friday night. You and I will be Jay Robinson at the
that'll be fun. Hands that one off. Another middle. Howard.
Taylor Morris on the carry for the Blue Raiders. On the stop, full stop. Taylor Morris on the carry for the Blue Raiders.
It did. He had a nice power piece of money. He was able to get that one. Pick up a 9 to make a second one. Side left here in the fourth. That's the second throw. Throws it all through the line. He'll turn the clock to
Pass complete to Michael Burdick from the 82. Pass complete to Michael Burdick. Injury timeout.
Target here. Don Espinoza. It's a good one. They made some nice athletic plays. A couple of them not able to bring in on the sideline. Pretty spectacular out there.
6:42 to go, 44-14, Lindsey Wilson for St. Andrews Knights. NAIA football opening weekend for Lindsey Wilson. Second game of the year for St. Andrews.
Espinoza sends it second row. He goes far side, goes right back to Burke. Burke gets the first down.
Espinoza's pass complete to number 82, Michael Burdick. On the stop.
Espinoza sends it second row. He goes far side, goes right back to Burke. Burke gets the first down.
Espinoza's pass complete to number 82. 30-yard line.
2.
Down 2. Yeah. Probably getting some of the excitement up top here. Press back block, and we got 6 minutes left. Espinoza. Throw. Burke.
Espinoza's pass complete to Burdick.
Great defense
On the
there.
stop for St. Andrews.
Press back block, and we got 6 minutes left. Espinoza. Throw. Burke.
Espinoza's pass complete to Burdick.
He was the one who made that hit on that play in the end zone when the football popped out.
Second and 12.
Espinoza hands it off.
Taylor Morris on the carry for Lindsey Wilson. On the stop for St. Andrews, 24 points.
12.
Espinoza hands it off.
Caleb Marsh on the carry for Lindsey Wilson.
The Blue Raiders. Not a name you hear very often.
No.
Nickname you Red Raiders some. But Blue Raiders.
There's a few out there, I'm sure.
Caleb Marsh on the carry for Lindsey Wilson. On the stop for St. Andrews, number 37, Quintel Green. Gain of a yard. It's going to bring up 4th and 4. Ball spotted.
Well, yeah, there's no need to. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I'll play it like we're a single camera.
On the carry for Lindsey Wilson, number 35, Griffin. On the carry for Lindsey Wilson, number 35, Griffin. On the carry. On the stop for St. Andrews, number 8, Laverius Lewis. Going to bring up ball spotted at the Knights' 3-yard line.
2nd and goal, ball spotted at the 3. Give to Marsh this time. Marsh finds a hole and runs in there, and that's another touchdown for the Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders with 3:26 left here in the ball game. The score. Give to Marsh this time. Marsh finds a hole and runs in there, and that's another touchdown for the Lindsey. Untouched. Pending the extra point here, the score is 50-14. Lindsey Wilson on top of St. Andrews. As Harris Nichols on for the extra point. The snap, the kick, it's up, and it is good. 51-14, the score here in Laurinburg.
That drive, 8 plays, 70 yards for the Blue Raiders.
Perry, I'm kind of interested on my end. I don't know about the fans, but I am. What kind of updates we got on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard?
Well,
I'm curious about what's going on with Coach Prime.
Yeah.
The hype is real.
So here on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, Prime Time has fallen behind for the first time this season. He's trailing 28-24 now. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Michigan 30-0 over East Carolina. Tennessee running all over UVA. Started the fourth quarter 35-10. Oklahoma into the third quarter not enough. 66-0. The Sooners big. Iowa struggling with University of Southern Utah 17-6.
Thank you, Perry, for the update on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Well, at this moment, they may be behind, but they can still potentially cover. Potentially.
Oh, we go from winning to covering now.
Yeah, now we go to covering. So the Hoosiers of Indiana, where I'm from, are 30-point underdogs to Ohio State. Do you think they cover that, Ohio State?
Yes.
You think Ohio State covers the 30?
Yes.
I was just curious. They got a lot of they were saying on the podcast I was listening to that one of them said yes, the other one said no. They said 30 is too much for somebody to cover. They think this early in the season with the questions they got at quarterback. I think they steamroll them, personally. Back deep to receive is Lyons and Robinson to the right, Lyons to the left. And that'll go towards Lyons, and he'll let it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And
they'll take over at the 25. 3:26 to go, and there's the part of the game that you just want to run this clock, run the ball, get out of here with no injuries, no unsportsmanlike issues that we've had a few. You don't want any more at this part of the game.
Nah, because once the game gets this far out of hand, and I'm not saying anything mean here, once it gets this far out of the hand, frustration definitely starts to set in this late at the game. It looked like a new quarterback in there for the Knights appears to be Darius Holly, as they hand that one off up the middle, and they'll pick up 5 here on first down. It looked like a new quarterback in there for the Knights appears to be Darius Holly, as they hand that one off up the middle. And so we've seen quite a few different quarterbacks here for both teams today, Perry. We've seen, I think it was 3 for Lindsey Wilson, and now we're seeing our 3rd here for the Knights. Both teams have shown 3 quarterbacks so far here. We've seen Espinoza, you've seen Cash, and we've seen McDonald for Lindsey Wilson. And then we've seen for the Knights, we've seen Dodd, O'Banks, and now we're currently seeing our 3rd quarterback right here in Holly. So 3 quarterbacks for both teams so far out there on the field, Perry.
Yeah, hey, you asked for it. 485 Sports delivers. Colorado 31, TCU 28. Back and forth now. And
look at
Texas.
Coach Prime. Handoff to the back. He'll fight forward, and he'll get out to the 35, and that's going to be enough for a first down. And that's going to be Seagraves with the carry. Oh, that's 28. Sorry, that's Daniels.
Enough for the first down.
Clock running under 2:40 now. Here after the first down, spotted at the Knights 35. Snap to Holly, gives to Seagraves. Or Daniels, sorry, and Daniels fights forward to the 40 for a pickup of 5. Snap to Holly, gives to Seagraves. Or Daniels, sorry, and Daniels fights forward to the 40 for a pickup of 5. Second and 5 here, ball at the 40. Holly set to throw. Takes off left. He's going to throw, and he overthrows his intended target there as he tried to get that one to Justin Fortner. The junior tight end from Lexington, North Carolina, played at Central Davidson, my neck of the woods.
Yeah, I guess the only athlete I know to ever come out of Central Davidson was Eggert Pickett. Played running back at Clemson back in the late 70s, early 80s. I'm sure there's others, just the only one I'm familiar with.
1:47 left.
Wikipedia knowledge in my brain.
Hey, it's good knowledge to have. As he takes a shot as he released that one, that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Holly took a shot as they came off the edge there. Number 34 would be Eric Hearing, the senior defensive back who was able to get in there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 5 after that incompletion and force a punt for the Knights. And Perry, they got a lot of stuff they can work on from learning in this game, and they've also got a lot of stuff that they saw good in this game as well. So a lot of stuff for Coach Curtin to take into practice next week.
Yeah, and now that's what you want.
Willis calls for the fair catch at the 20. And that's where the Blue Raiders will take over. And, yeah, like you said, that's what you want. Because you want to see progression week to week, and you want to see what you're working on in practice be effective during the game. And I think that Coach Curtin saw that at times during the game, and I think there's a lot of stuff that he saw that would make him really happy that the team did, like the defense making those big stops they were able to make, and then the special teams with the block, and then the offense had the momentum coming out of the gate. They had a lot of pep in their step. I think there's a lot of things Coach Curtin saw that were positive today.
Yeah, and it's, you know, you go back to the drawing board this week and you get in a good week's practice and, you know, come back at it next Saturday.
And in victory formation are the Blue Raiders as they'll take a knee here.
Espinoza takes a knee for Lindsey Wilson.
And they'll do that a couple more times. And
Yep. And
coming up at the end of the show, we'll have the IndependentTribune.com post-game show. Get you updated on some scores before we leave for the day.
Yeah.
We're all headed different directions. Mark headed to watch the 49ers and South Carolina State Bulldogs, I think they are, tonight. And you're headed to the beach to play some golf. John, you're headed up to Chapel Thrill tonight, right? And I'm headed to Charlotte to watch
a little football.
Gamecocks and the Tar Heels.
Man, I hope you have a good time down there at that. That's one of those things. So when I saw that they were coming
another knee there, so they'll run one more, I think.
One more, yep. When I saw they bringing game day to Charlotte, I was like, oh, yeah, I love it, going to game day. And then I saw I had a game, and I was like, all right, I'm doing my game. I'd rather do my game than go to game day. So there was no question about that one for sure, but I was definitely, you know, considering buying tickets to it. Then all of a sudden the whole let's go to the beach deal came up.
Well,
and
and speaking of that, I'm gonna take up offering before I leave so I can have enough money to park my car tonight when I get downtown.
As we are going to take our final snap, and you see both teams heading to midfield for the post-game handshakes as the clock is winding down here with 2 seconds left, and it is now final here in Laurinburg. Final snap, and you see both teams heading to midfield for the post-game handshakes as the clock is winding down here with 2 seconds left, and it is now final between these two. But all in all, a lot learned today for the Knights, Perry. We'll send it back over to you. It looks like you got everything added up here for the second half.
Yeah, I think the two big keys of the game, we talked about it earlier, the inadvertent whistle, the touchdown called back, and then a fumble recovery they weren't able to keep. But Lindsey Wilson, as we expected, just a little too strong this afternoon for the St. Andrews Knights. They're going to walk out of here with their 11th win in a row, season opening victory. They're going to go 4-0 all time against St. Andrews, who falls to 0-2, and they'll regroup for their game next week against Bethel, and Lindsey Wilson will take on Kaiser. Final stats, first for Lindsey Wilson, 65 plays, 341 yards. Average almost about 5 yards per play.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to be stopped when you're averaging 5 a play.
And then for St. Andrews, 60 plays, 191 yards, a little over 3 yards per play for the St. Andrews Knights on the losing end of the game today. And again, the weather was great, the football was great. We appreciate St. Andrews for setting us all up here for the getting us on top of the roof and everything. They do a great job in hosting us, and we appreciate that and everything. And I'll turn it back over to you. I'll give you a quick update. 42-10, Tennessee over Virginia. Michigan up by 30 over East Carolina. Oklahoma pouring it on. Fourth quarter, 72-0 over Arkansas State. They probably got a ton of money for that one. And prime time, 31, TCU 28. Back to you, James.
Well, thank you, Perry. It sounds like a battle there between those two schools. Coach Prime trying to get his first one. But here in Laurinburg, I guess just give my final thoughts real quick. Coach Curtin's got a lot to build on. His guys came out with a lot of enthusiasm to start the game, and you really saw that when they came out here and were able to start it off with a couple of really good drives. Then Lindsey Wilson came out and kind of just took the wind out of their sail, it looked like, right before they went to halftime, Perry. You even, mentioned it on the broadcast. Look how they kind of looked like they were down.
Yeah.
Second half, they came out, and it looked like Coach Curtin said something to them in that locker room, and it really lifted that enthusiasm again. And they came out here, and that defense stepped up big here in the second half. So there's a lot of good to come out of this game against a really good nationally ranked opponent, number 6, Lindsey Wilson. You come up on the losing end of it, but you got a tough opponent next week in Bethel as well, nationally ranked in the nation as well. So you got a lot of positive things to take out of this game, I think, if you're Coach Curtin.
When you compare the NAIA and NCAA, I don't know that there's a team in the country right now that plays a tougher schedule than St. Andrews.
I don't think
with
so.
All the nationally ranked. I think last year it was 6
6
or
so.
7 of their teams last year they went up against were nationally ranked.
I think it's the same thing again
and,
this year.
You know, maybe the SEC or someone does, but man, you know, it's a tough schedule. But even in our interviews that Mark does with them during the week and talking to them, his enthusiasm doesn't change from week to week.
No.
When talking to him and watching his videos, he looks positive, he stays positive, and he keeps these kids focused. Now, yeah, the kids may not look on the sideline, but I'm sure he'll address that. But hats off to him, and as he is working hard to turn this program around down here in Laurinburg.
Yeah, Coach Curtin, very loving of the program here in Laurinburg. He wants to turn it around. We talked to him post-game last week, and he's like, hey, man, I want to get those numbers up. I want to get out of the 90s. I want to be out of there. I want to be higher. So he really wants to. He wants to get there. He wants to make this program better. He has a lot of love for the St. Andrews program and a lot of love for this university and the surrounding area. So,
yeah. And let me throw this in. The one thing you see here at the NAIA level, you don't see at the NCAA. When those players get done playing, you know, they're to the tunnel, they're in the dressing room, and you know, they can text mom and dad from the dressing room. But here, the good thing about NAIA football and some of the small colleges, when it's over with, you see the parents, and we talked about, you know, person for person, they're tailgating, they're doing everything that everyone's doing. But you know, the parents are here waiting on these players to come off the field. They're going out and you know, congratulating them on playing hard and doing a good job. And again, we talked about that love in the community and love at the school. And you know, these parents are here supporting these kids, whether they win by 20, lose by 50, or whatever. You know, they're here supporting their players and their kids.
Yeah, that's their kids, man. They love them. Win or lose, they love them. Obviously, they would love to see them win, but as long as they're out there having fun, my parents always told me, win or lose, we're happy as long as you're having fun, and that's the greatest thing a parent can ask for, is their kid to have fun.
One of the players just come over. He's got a little sister in a stroller here who looks to be about 4 years old. Come over and hugged his mother and kissed her, and then leaned down and hugged his little sister.
That's Ant Carpenter right there. Yeah. He's the young man we know from down there in West Charlotte.
Yeah.
So with that, I guess we're going to sign off of here, get ready and clean up. We'll see you guys in about 5 or 6 weeks as Lindsey Wilson, as the Knights go on the road for the next 4 games and then have a bye week in between there. So we're going to be on hiatus for a while. But we'll see you guys here in a few weeks where we'll wrap it up. And the final score here today is 51-14 as Lindsey Wilson beats the St. Andrews Knights. Lindsey Wilson improves to 1-0 on the season, while the Knights fall to 0-2. For the entire crew here at 485, Mark is 51-14 as Lindsey Wilson beats the St. Andrews Knights. Lindsey Wilson improves to 1-0 on the season, while the Knights fall to 0-2. For the entire crew.